Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at a presentation that we have collaborated with AI to generate, just pretty much walking you through the process of buying Bitcoin via spot ETFs. So there are pros and cons with doing this, right? So you don't necessarily own or manage the Bitcoin directly. You're buying it through a financial manager such as iShares, Fidelity, and so forth there. So there are some cons with that, but there definitely are some pros, right? You don't have to manage certain things like security. You don't have to manage to remember your passwords and so forth there. So there are some pros and cons with that, but we're going to go through that today and kind of lay out some of the details about this with you guys. So we're going to talk about what is a spot Bitcoin ETF, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. They are going out purchasing the Bitcoin on their investors' behalf, and they're storing it in some type of wallet. So that's high level what it is. Why use one? We're going to talk about why that. We're going to talk about some of the top ones on the marketplace currently. We're going to talk about how to buy it. Obviously, pretty simple process. It's just buying an ETF. So I'm sure you're already pretty much doing that. We're going to talk about some supported brokerages. There's tons of brokerages out there that support this. We're just going to list a couple examples, and then we're going to talk about risk and considerations, and then we're going to talk about the advantages, and then wrap it up there. So first of all, what is a spot Bitcoin ETF? Obviously, we just talked about it. It's direct Bitcoin ownership, right? So Fidelity, iShares is going to go out and purchase Bitcoin. They're going to manage it. They're going to hold it. And then they're going to give you, obviously access to it. They're going to charge you an expense ratio for doing that. It trades like a stock. It's on brokerages, within stock market hours. It kind of fluctuates based upon, the actual Bitcoin price and that price fluctuation. So real-time price reflection, kind of like what we just talked about. Bitcoin's up 2 to 3%. You can kind of expect, this ETF is gonna mirror that and be pretty close to that. And then obviously a regulated investment vehicle. Spot Bitcoin ETFs operate under regulatory frameworks, offering investors a compliant and secure way to gain exposure to Bitcoin within traditional financial markets. So why would someone want to use a spot ETF instead of buying Bitcoin? So you don't have to worry about managing your crypto wallets or private keys. You can use, in your brokerage account or your retirement account, you don't have to have a separate exchange or account to purchase Bitcoin. It's easier for tax reporting. You have all your dividends, options, premium, YOLO, Tesla call plays all in one account. So it'd be very easy to manage. And, come tax time, it'll just be one account. And then it's backed by financial institutions. They're supported by reputable financial institutions, providing institutional grade custody and added investor confidence. So these are some of the top ETFs in the market currently. You got iShares, Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, expense ratio of 0.19. So you can see all these are very competitive, right? This is a new space. So these fund managers are trying to swallow up as much AUM as possible. So they are constantly being very competitive and trying to one up each other. But we got iShares, you got Fidelity, ARC21 shares, Bitwise, and there's many others as well. But they're ranging from 0.19 to 0.25%. So this is the step-by-step process on how to buy a spot Bitcoin ETF. Pretty self-explanatory, right? As long as you have a brokerage account open. If you don't, go open one with whatever brokerage you'd like, such as Fidelity, Schwab, Robinhood, and so forth there. Search for the ETF ticker that you want to purchase. In this instance, we can use IBIT for an example, and then you place a buy order. And then you could do a one-time purchase, or you can set up an automatic purchase of daily, weekly, monthly, annually, however you'd like to do it. And then monitor your investment, aka delete your account, whatever you want to do there. Check back in 5-10 years, however you want to kind of manage that. Lastly, some supported brokerages. Obviously, there's many out there: Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, and so forth. The list goes on. These are just some examples. Some risk, right? So Bitcoin price volatility, Bitcoin's value can experience sharp and sudden changes, right? Which directly impacts the price of this spot ETF, since it holds Bitcoin as its asset. So obviously there's tons of volatility. So you just kind of have to understand that. Regulatory and political risks. Government regulations and political decisions can influence the legality, trading, and acceptance of Bitcoin ETFs, potentially causing even more market instability. Number 3, no staking or native crypto benefits. Unlike holding Bitcoin directly, spot ETFs do not allow staking or other native crypto benefits such as earning rewards or voting rights. And number 4, long-term holding recommended. Due to volatility, the market risk, investors are generally advised to approach spot Bitcoin ETFs with a long-term investment horizon. Talk about the advantages, so you can get exposure to Bitcoin pretty easily, right? You don't have to manage like we talked about, your crypto wallets and stuff like that, private keys. So it just ultimately simplifies the investment process for traditional investors. Traditional and retirement portfolios. So the cool thing about spot ETFs, it allows you to allocate Bitcoin in other types of investment accounts, such as retirement accounts, HSAs, and so forth, 529s, whatever it might be. Spot ETFs can be held in traditional brokerage accounts and retirement accounts, making them accessible for long-term investors and portfolio diversification. Low management fees. Compared to direct crypto platforms, spot Bitcoin ETFs feature lower expense ratios, generally ranging from 0.19 to 0.25%, reducing overall investment cost. Now, to caveat to that, this is something that can probably change at any point. So that's kind of the risk with these compared to just honing it yourself, because the fund managers can just change. Okay, one day we're going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4%, which would be kind of a crappy thing that could happen, but it definitely probably could happen. Institutional custodial solutions backed by institutional-grade custody. These ETFs provide enhanced security and regulatory compliance, reassuring investors about asset safety. So, if you outsource this process, that's definitely an advantage. You're letting Fidelity, Schwab, and these other brokerages manage your security. Final tips, right? So DCA, dollar cost averaging, using the dollar cost averaging technique to reduce risk by investing a fixed amount regularly, smoothly. It's going to smooth out that Bitcoin price volatility over time. Diversify your portfolio. Avoid concentrating solely on Bitcoin. Balance your investments across different asset classes to minimize risk. Check fees and fund size. Evaluate the expense ratios and assets under management to ensure your chosen ETF is a cost-effective and sufficiently liquid. And then lastly, stay updated on regulations. Keep informed about evolving crypto regulations and compliance requirements affecting Bitcoin spot ETFs. And so that's it. So if you have any questions, definitely leave them below. If you have any suggestions, leave them below. Definitely feel free to like, subscribe if you got any value from this. Let me know your thoughts. Like, do you prefer spot ETFs for Bitcoin, or do you prefer purchasing Bitcoin directly on your own wallet and just storing and managing it yourself? Would love to hear your thoughts down below. Thanks.